Am I the butthole for not waking up my girlfriend for her exam after I overheard her calling me a little bee? My girlfriend has online summer courses and she had an exam for one of them this morning. I usually wake her up for pretty much everything because she sleeps through her phone alarm, no matter how long it buzzes or how many she sets. She has joked that I'm her butler before, and within the context of a relationship it's okay, so I didn't mind. Obviously I want to love my partner and try make her life easy. However, last night she was chatting with her friends and she thought I couldn't hear. She was bragging that I'm her little bee and I do everything for her when she tells me to, etc. It really hurt my feelings because they were making comments like good, put him in his place, and she was agreeing. She specifically said, yeah, I'm not worried about tomorrow because the bee will make sure I'm up and he'll probably have breakfast ready for me too. I went to bed pretty hurt by it, and come morning I didn't bother to wake her up when her alarm started to go. She usually only gets up when someone physically shakes her, but I let her turn off her alarm and she slipped back into sleep, and I turned around and went back to sleep too. When she woke up she was yelling at me saying I'm a butthole and I've cost her exam, and I'm a piece of crap for what I did. Edit. Sorry for not responding sooner. I wrote this up on my break at work and now I have to get back to it. Can't have my phone work with food. I wasn't expecting this many replies so fast. I think we are breaking up. I told her this morning after she called me a bee for being upset, being called a bee, lol, but she says she's not done with me. I'm just trying to get through today's shift and then deal with stuff later. I'll try and get back as I can. We've been together a year and it was my first real relationship, but I'm tired of her not acknowledging how crappy she made me feel and still calling me a bee. That word is really making me feel crap and small. I found out that my 27 male girlfriend 23 female of 9 months is part of mean girls type clique and I'm reconsidering the relationship. I met this girl I'll call Katie at a school event about a year ago and we really clicked and soon made things official. I understand that I saw things partly through rose-colored glasses, but I really liked this girl to the point that I started thinking she might be the one. We just matched well on every level, have similar hobbies, but importantly I thought she was a really good and kind person. Now something happened that really made me reevaluate things. We were sitting in bed and she was texting and laughing about something. I glanced at the phone and saw the Tinder profile of a guy, which made me think, what the duck. When she went to take a shower, I'm not super proud of this, I admit I snooped given what I thought I saw, and checked her phone. When her phone opened up it turns out that she wasn't on Tinder, but rather on a group chat with some friends and the Tinder pic was a screenshot. Of course that was a relief, but the rest of the context was just as bad in some ways. The group chat was basically a one topic channel, where the theme was roasting the guys they hooked up with or were dating. And it was very explicit, talking about specific guys, together with their pics, and joking about their inadequacy in bed or even how ill-endowed they were. As far as I scrolled I wasn't featured on there, but I saw Katie herself write really mean comments. For instance about a guy her friend was with who got emotional during lovemaking, basically calling him a pathetic loser. I was just shocked to read those comments because it seemed so out of character for her. When she got back in the room I fessed up to the snooping and confronted her. Surprisingly she wasn't really mad, but she also wasn't remorseful in the least. She said the chat was with her closest friends and they always talked about everything. I told her I thought it was really ducked up to talk this way about other people, especially since it wasn't just randoms. I recognized a few mutual friends discussed on there in an explicit way and I'm sure they didn't consent to that information being discussed. But again she got really defensive, said those were her closest friends and what they talk about is their business. I asked her if she talked about us as well, and she refused to answer. The conversation kind of tapered off at that point, since we both realized we were too emotional and not getting anywhere, but I still feel very uncomfortable with the situation. I'm afraid to be overreacting, but I'm very seriously thinking about ending the relationship. I can't believe I'm dating someone who thinks it's okay to treat other people this way and join in the public humiliation of people who did nothing wrong. But I would like some outside perspective from others if they've been in any kind of similar situation and/or if they think I'm blowing this out of proportion. TLDR, my GF is part of a kind of group chat where they roast guys they've been with, including by sharing private information. The situation makes me extremely uncomfortable to the point that feel I want to end the relationship. Update 2. I found out that my 27 male, girlfriend 23 female, of 9 months is part of Mean Girls type clique. I broke up with her. This all actually happened a few days after my original post, but things have been pretty hectic since then. But I wanted to write a quick update since I got some useful advice in the first thread. The best advice was to insist on seeing the chat one last time to see if she had written anything about me. She initially said no, because it also has private information about her friends, etc, etc. But I basically said, if she doesn't let me see the texts it's over, and she reluctantly agreed, but told me to keep in mind that this was a year ago, and how much we grew as a couple since then blah blah blah. I scrolled to the period when we started dating, and yay, sure enough there I was in the texts. It actually made me feel really weird reading other people talking about me. Right around the time we first slept together, someone asked her if I was better than some guy, apparently a former friends with benefit of hers. Without missing a beat she fires back no, that it was kinda disappointing because I was nervous and had some performance anxiety, and then actually went into detail about what we did. She knew I was feeling anxious since I hadn't been with anyone in a while after a bad breakup, and she was supporting in person, so it felt extra crappy that behind my back she was complaining about me. A friend of hers even mocked me, and she said nothing. Katie saw the look on my face and tried to tell me again that we grew so much and things became really good when we got comfortable with each other and connected. She even showed me a text where she said that to her friends. But honestly at that point I was already done. I asked her to move out, and after a bit of drama and nasty words, she moved her stuff to her mother's place. As others said, I have no doubt they are not talking crap about me together, but honestly I could not care less what those pieces of crap are chattering about. I just never want to see any of them ever again. Am I the butthole for suing my girlfriend after she had my 1967 Impala project taken to the scrapyard? I'll try to keep this short. I had a 1967 Impala 4-door. That I bought in February 2019. A couple months ago I bought my first house that had a 2.5 car garage. I moved the car in and started tearing it down for a complete restoration. I had the body in one bay and the chassis in another, plus the whole garage filled with parts. About 2 months ago my girlfriend came to live with me during this whole crisis and the whole time has hated that car. She wants to park in the garage, but I have 2 acres of land with a lot of nice places to park under shady trees or hell even in the barn, if it has to be inside. I tell her tough luck, it's my house and it's not like I can just throw it back together real quick. Anyways, I was out of town for a couple days on a business trip for the small local company I work for. When I got back, my girlfriend was all smiles. Making me food all the time, doing all the chores, all that. I thought maybe she just was happy to have me home, but then I realized that I didn't see her car in its usual spot. I asked her where she parked so I could make sure I mow that area and keep it clean, and she said not to worry because she parked in the garage. I asked how, and she told me to go check it out. Turns out that while I was gone she hired some people to come over and move everything related to that car, including the drivetrain, body, and chassis and all parts, and take it to the local dump/scrapyard. I was absolutely dumbfounded. I had spent over 11k on that car including new parts, services, and the car itself. I told her that I was going to be taking her to court for that, and she brushed me off like I was being dramatic. I told her that it's done between us and to pack her things and leave. I admit I was really angry, but I did end up getting a lawyer, and as I have all the receipts for all that money spent, and I have her on my house's security cam footage letting the guys in, and watching them take it all, I think I can win. Her family and friends are absolutely blowing me up saying it's just a stupid old piece of junk, and that she cannot pay back all that money I spent, and that I should just let it go. But I have been putting all my time, effort, and money into that car for a year and a half now, and goddammit if I'm not going to get justice for what she did. Am I the butthole? Edit. Thank you all so much for the support and awards and everything. I'm glad I have some people on my side. I got a call from her mom about 20 minutes ago, and she told me that I was ruining her daughter's life over a stupid car. I told her she ruined her own life. I've been gathering documentation and stuff, and I'm about to head down to the police station and file a report, as suggested by lots here. Once again thank you all. Update, went to the police station last night, was told to come back in the morning, just got back, and filed an official report against her for grand larceny and grand theft auto. I showed them all the receipts I had for the car and the footage of her letting the guys come and take it, as well as the title for the vehicle in my name. They said they will be in contact with all three parties, me, XGF, and junkyard guys, soon, and they will hopefully be able to recover some or all of the car, just have to wait now. Huge update, they found my goddamn car. The junkyard guys apparently were in the middle of hiding it when the police came to ask them questions. It was on a forklift, and they were gonna put it on top of a pile of cars that was hidden behind more piles of cars. They said it was theirs, and they had the title, but obviously didn't have the title for it, and since they matched the VIN on the chassis and body to the VIN on my title, it was obviously mine. I know at least one person there has been arrested. I think he was in the camera footage I talked about earlier, but I don't know if it was the boss or whomever, or even his specific charge. They also told me they would be looking into this specific junkyard for any other vehicles reported stolen. They said they haven't been able to get in contact with my ex just yet, but they are working on it. I'm just so glad they found my car. Luckily I made quite an album of pictures detailing me tearing down the car, and so I can use that to prove what parts they had were mine, so I can hopefully get most or all of it back. Police haven't let me take it back home yet, as they say it is evidence or something, so hopefully I can get it back eventually. Thank you all so much for the support and advice. She's gonna be alright. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, hit like, get subscribed, and tell us if the OP is a butthole in the comment section, and support the original writers with upvotes. Links in the description box.